Just out of interest in your experience, and I know you're obviously deeply connected with different Jungian analysts and this world. What do you think, even someone who's pursuing life through the lens of Jung, in order to embody it, what do you think are some of the biggest obstacles people face in terms of not just intellectualizing this, but really trying to grasp life through this lens?
That's difficult. I think life is by its definition. I'm going to sound slightly obtuse here, but I think life is a lived experience, um, and an experience you have to notice. So the only way really to develop, the only way really to live a happy life in this sense, to live a good life, is to live it and to be aware of the living.
Yeah.
And that can be really difficult because our fears, our darkness, our shadow stops us living some aspects of our potential. You know, there are things that we're told not to do because we don't do that sort of thing around here. And some of those might be fair enough, and some of them might not be fair enough. And at the same time, we don't necessarily notice the choices we're making. Those choices for many people are just made for them. You know, this is how you behave if you are a coach, and therefore this is how I behave. Instead of wondering, well, okay, so what does that actually mean? How do I take up that role? And how do I notice what effect that has on others and on the world around me? So I think there are two dynamics, for me, that matter, that I would work with clients. One is questioning what they might think of as kind of analysis, actually wondering why I do things the way I do them. And the second is what we might think of as bringing that back in and integrating it, what we might think of as synthesis, which is then making choices about how I want to recombine those things in as a sort of conscious, rational state. That's really, in a way, what Jungian work is really about, I think.
So like almost like a continuous deconstructing and reconstructing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly that.
Which
And
is
it's
really
continuous because you realize that some of the constructions you've made actually don't suit you now. They suited you 10 years ago, but now you've got to change them again. But the more you do it, the more it becomes a habit. You become, you build what they might term as an autobiographical self. You know, you're able to write your own story rather than have it written for you.